Good evening, good evening, good evening. This is Tanisha Ronay, and I'm so excited and I'm so grateful to be able to be here. We are live, 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 live. We're live on the Wisdom app. We are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. And I am so grateful to be here to speak just a little bit about a subject regarding the special occasion. I am Tanisha Ronay. I am the CEO and founder of the Special Occasion LLC. Um, I'm also known as Nikki, also known as Blessed and Moving Forward here on YouTube. Grateful to be here, another opportunity, another chance. Grateful to be here to be able to just to share with you just a little bit of what it is that we want to talk about tonight. We come on every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Every single Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Central, every Tuesday. We've been doing so for 7 years, just most recently on the Wisdom app. But for 7 years, we've been coming on live just to talk about being special occasions and just to talk about things that encourage us and uplift us and just to talk about things that are going to be beneficial in how it is that we treat ourselves and how we move forward with our everyday living. I am not just here, I'm not here to convince you that you're a special occasion. I am here to just confirm it. It's already been established since before you were born. You are a special occasion and nothing less. That is who you are. That is who you are. You are a special occasion. And I am grateful to be here to confirm that. So tonight I titled This is So Hard. What I'm realizing is that it is the end of the year. And if we look at the end of the year, the latter part of the year from September to December, we experience a lot of loss, unfortunately. Just today, Loretta Lynn passed away. The beloved Loretta Lynn passed away. We have experienced some losses that have been somewhat devastating, right? So what happens is, what I'm realizing is that this is something that we cannot get away from. You know, the price that you pay for loving someone and the price you pay for living is losing someone, is losing someone. So because of the fact that we lose people, it's inevitable. As long as you continue to live this life, you are going to lose some people. And unfortunately, a few weeks back, I talked about the fact that we have to remember how important it is to live even after someone dies. Because when someone dies, it causes you to think a little differently about living and how you live your life and how you choose to live your life and what living life looks like. Because when you lose someone, you realize I'm here and I'm still here. And how do I keep going? But you have to find a way. We all have to find a way to keep going. So what happens is this is extremely difficult. And this is why I titled This is So Hard. It is so difficult for us as human beings, as special occasions. It is so difficult for us to be reminded of the fact that life has to go on. Because for that moment, when we lose that person, it just seems like time stands still. I mean, I know I can't be the only one. It just seems like time stands still for a little bit, only because of the fact that we cannot believe that this person is gone. We can't believe that we may have just spoken to them up 2 days ago. We may have seen them this morning. This may be someone that we've known all our lives, and they were such fixtures that we just can't believe that they would be gone. So for us, it is very, very difficult. Death is final. Death is so final. So with death being so final, it's really hard. It's a mystery. It's hard to fathom. It is really hard to understand. It's hard to comprehend. But what we have to know is that it's just a fact of life. It is a part of life, unfortunately. It is an unfair part of life. I don't care what anybody says. It's unfair. I don't like it. I never did. I wish my parents were still here, all four of them. I wish my grandmother was still here. I wish I had gotten a chance to meet my grandfathers. I didn't even get to meet them because they died before I was born. So because of death, I feel like I was robbed. I feel like so many things were taken away from me. But what I've also come to understand is the things that death has taught me and the things I've actually learned and gained after death. And it almost sounds kind of morbid, but there were so many things that my parents said to me that made so much more sense after they were gone than when they were alive and walking this earth. There are so many things that they showed me that I didn't take seriously until they were gone. There were many things that I just didn't understand until they were gone. And then it all began to make sense. Then I began to see so much of the turmoil and the strife that goes on in the world. This is a wicked, wicked world. And I was like, for some of these things, I'm so glad my parents are not here to see this. Even though I would still want them here with me, selfishly, everyone has a time that they have to go. But for me, it's so hard living each day without them. But what I realize is that it's not impossible. What I realize is that not only is it not impossible for me to live after they're being gone, but it's necessary. It's important, and it has to I mean, it is absolutely necessary. I have to keep living. We have to keep living because number one, they would want us to live. They wouldn't want us here lamenting. Now listen, I'm going to tell you the truth. When it's my turn to go, I want all of y'all to just be sad. For like 3 days. I want you to just be sad. I just want you to cry, snot, fall out. I want you to just lose it because you miss me so much. I want you to just lose it. I want you to just go, just lose it because I'm no longer here. I want you to just be sad and just I want you to talk about me night and day and all of that. But when those 3 days are over, I want you to know that you're a special occasion. And I want you to remember the things that I've said. And I want you to live. It's so important for you to live. It's so important for you to live. You've got to live. It's important for you to live this life. And I feel like, I was moving on to other subjects, but I realized that this is really important for this time of year. This is so important for this time of year because as the months go on, we're going to hear more and more. There are going to be more and more losses. There are going to be more and more, and some of them are going to be extremely devastating. Some of them are going to be people that you have seen, especially in the entertainment world. They're going to be people that you have seen and known and have been a part of the soundtrack of your childhood or have been a part of your upbringing or your life, your adulthood, your adolescence. These are going to be people that have been a part of that, whether you knew them or not. And they're going to begin to start leaving this world. And I know that that needs to be spoken to because you need to be encouraged. You need to know that you can still have hope. You need to know that you can still live this life even after they're gone. When it all comes down to it, the one thing that always gives me comfort is that if God knew that I couldn't live without them, he wouldn't have taken them. If God knew that I was not going to be okay without my mother and my father, they'd still be here. But he knew that me and my siblings could live without them. And just like for you, it may have been your mom, whether she passed recently or whether she passed decades ago. I know the pain is still there. It still hurts just as bad. It could be your father. The pain, it doesn't matter when it happened. It hurts. And it is hard to live each and every day without them. It is so difficult, but there is hope for this life because you have an opportunity to carry on their memory. You have an opportunity to carry on their legacy. You have an opportunity to get revelation about some of the things that they told you that didn't make sense while they were living. You get an opportunity to be a special occasion and celebrate yourself in the way that they would want you to. You're so important. And one of the ways that you can celebrate yourself as a special occasion is by living after death. Live each and every day to the fullest. And it's hard. It's going to be hard. I'm not here. The main reason why I wanted to come on is so that I could really paint the picture of the reality of how hard it is to live after death. I want you to know that it is okay for you to feel what you feel. I want you to know that it is okay to be angry. I want you to know that it is okay to be frustrated because it's frustrating when this is someone that you may have spoken to every day and now you can't talk to them any day. It's hard. It hurts. It is painful. It's unfair, but it's life. It's life. So as we move on, we have to celebrate ourselves as special occasions. We have to still know that even though we may feel alone, we are never alone. We will never be alone. There is always hope. You always have someone around you. You always have something around you that is going to give you a reason to live. Don't die with the people who die. Live. Live with the memories. Live with the hope that you can help someone else to live in the fullness of them being a special occasion as well. The special occasion is all about celebrating you, knowing who you are, knowing how important you are, knowing that everything that you've been through and everything that you have gone through was to help to bring you to today where you can be your very best self, your very best self, every day. It's okay. It's okay to cry. You're going to cry. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to when I tell you sometimes it's okay to throw an outright tantrum. There have been times when I have thrown tantrums and I told God, just help me feel better. Just do whatever you got to do just to make me feel better because I'm in so much pain. It's painful. But then there was one day when the pain wasn't quite as painful because that day I chose to live. That day I chose to live. I chose to be alive and I chose to live. And I say to you, special occasion, choose to live. Choose to celebrate yourself. Choose to celebrate those who are around you who are alive and remain. Choose to love. Choose to love you. Choose to love everything that's good about yourself. And choose to accept everything that's not so good about yourself. There's hope for you. Even in the midst of your sorrow and your sadness, there's hope for you. There really is. There's hope. There is hope. But it's okay for it to be hard for now. It's okay. It is okay. Oh, I have a guest. Let's see. Hello.
Girlfriend, I know you can't see my face, but I love you.
I love you too.
One day you'll see my face. I'm just doing this because I don't know if you heard about the celebration we're doing for the Wisdom app for a year's time. I know you're new here.
Yeah.
For the year anniversary. Well, I'm in it, so we have a little trend. A couple of us have a trend going on that we're going to do this. I'm going to keep this on till Friday. So if you see me, you'll see my face.
Okay. Great.
But I love it. It's so cool. I was talking to somebody on from the app, and she, we were talking on the back end, and I was saying this stuff to her, not as great as you were, because, it was a one-on-one thing. But girl, you talk life like I talk life.
Absolutely. That's what it's about.
Own your love, own your greatness, own your ugliness, own
Yes.
everything, because it's everything that gets us to where we're going.
Yes. Absolutely.
And so many people used to try to tell me. I say that because it's not going to help it out.
Right.
To be positive. And I'm like, I am. I'm fucking positively screwed up.
Right.
They didn't like that.
It's okay.
But it's true. I want to be
right.
okay being screwed up because I can't be perfect. It's so hard.
You can't be perfect. Absolutely. And it is a process every day. It's a process. It is a process. And we have to be submitted to the process. And the process is going to be painful sometimes.
And yeah, but isn't it nice when you can call up? I can sit here and call Tanasha up and say, hey.
Absolutely.
A hug, and you're like, girl, I got you.
Absolutely. I got you. You're a special occasion, Nancy. And I'm
I know
celebrating
that,
you.
girl.
Absolutely.
Thank you. And I didn't even come through the whole thing. I was just listening. Because it just threw on, and I'm like, who's on? And there you are. And I'm like, I gotta follow her. Wait a minute, I haven't followed you yet. Wait.
Oh,
Yeah,
I have to follow you too.
Yeah, no, I'm all about everything about what I do is about being playful and the playground and living on a playground. Is like
Yes.
I was just telling somebody, you know what? I would rather somebody call me up and say, "Oh my God, I'm in my sandbox, and I thought I was in the sandbox, but I'm in quicksand. I need some help, but it looked the same."
Right.
That gives me more than, "Oh my God, I'm so screwed up. I don't know what's wrong with me," because it's
Right.
the same thing.
It is the same thing. Absolutely. Absolutely.
But the difference is the ownership part. I'm in quicksand.
Right.
I feel this way because then it's your quicksand.
Right. And I'm the one that jumped in.
Yeah, well, even if I did,
sometimes.
I put my foot in there.
Sometimes being
right,
curious.
I totally get what you're saying.
You
but
know?
We can totally beat ourselves up with that.
Right. Right.
And
absolutely.
what I was hearing from you is you're so opposite of that. You're like, no, celebrate the fact that you're in quicksand.
Absolutely.
Realize you're not drowning. You
absolutely.
Still got something.
There's still hope. There's still hope. Wow. I'm so glad you came on, Nancy. I'm so glad you came on. Oops. Sorry. Oh, I have a time limit on it. Darn it. It's a time limit on how long people can talk. I think she's coming back. Ah, you fell prey to the time limit.
Oh, 3 minutes.
Yeah, I have 3 minutes. Yeah.
Change that timer.
Well, sometimes people just don't know when to stop. So it's like, okay.
I know, you know what? 5 to 10 minutes is really good. Just so you know, experience-wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 minutes would be really good. I'm going to actually do that on Friday. I hope you come on my show on Friday.
Sure. I'll do my best. Absolutely.
It's at 3 either PST. I don't know where you're at. PST.
I'm Central. Central time.
Oh, you're Central?
Yeah.
You weren't either one. Okay, it's going to be 4.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
It's if it's 3 o'clock Eastern. Western time. What is it? Like PST time? What is it?
We're 2 hours. 5? We're 2 hours ahead.
Okay, so you'd be 5.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, just so you know, just throwing it in there.
Yes, I will find you. Thank you so much, Nancy.
Girl, you've got a power to. You're new to this app. You know about change. You know about shifting.
Absolutely.
And this is about a community of people coming together who want the change, who want it. And it really is about community. And you have I like your perspective.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. And I love yours too. So I'm definitely going to do my best to make sure I'm there on Friday.
Well, I'm going to be on there for an hour, up and down. But realize that you got something. I don't know how long you've been doing what you're doing, but keep doing it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, I want to hear if you come up, I want to hear how you got wisdom. I don't want to know now.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let you know.
It's a celebration of what we've gained.
Yeah.
And received and all that. So if not, hopefully I'll see you on the sandbox here or this playground.
Absolutely. You definitely will. You definitely will.
Fired up, girl.
I'm fired up too. I get it. I'm fired up too.
So needed this.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's such a blessing. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Keep yourself going. Keep yourself going.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, I've shifted so much of inside of me by being on something like this.
Yes.
And I mean like this. It's very different.
Yes, it is. Yes, absolutely.
Embrace it and follow us because there's a lot of great people on here, but embrace it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Big hug to you too. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yours too. So good. Yeah, thank you.
So, y'all come up and talk to this woman. She's awesome.
Well, I'm actually about to wrap up.
Oh my God. I can't wait for you to see my face. I'll see you on Friday.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. Okay.
Be good to yourself.
Bye. Absolutely. Bye-bye. So yeah, that was cool. So like I said, I'm on the Wisdom app. Hey, it's cousin Aunt. It's cousin Tony. I was just talking to somebody on the Wisdom app because we're live on Wisdom too. So yeah, I think that I've gotten my point across. Hey, that's Tony. And y'all need to listen. Y'all need to follow him. He has his Tony has his radio station. It's Ant FM, ANT-FM. That's his name. You can find him. He has an app. You can find it where you get your apps. Make sure you go ahead and get his app and just follow him. They get on and they talk about some of everything and they play all kinds of music. It's great. But Tony, we were actually talking about basically making sure that we continue to live, and it's okay. Yes, you did tell me about it. Absolutely, you did tell me about the Wisdom app. He's the one that encouraged me to. Tony is the one that encouraged me to download this app, and I'm glad I did. I just met Nancy. I just met Nancy. So now we're going to be going live here on Facebook, on YouTube, and on the Wisdom app every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Central. So yes, I am definitely excited about the fact that it's okay for this to be hard. It is okay for stuff to be hard. It is okay for you to have a hard time sometimes. Don't stay there though. You can't live there. You have to move on. You have to move forward. You have to know that there is life after death. There is definitely life after death. And I'm not talking about your death. I'm talking about someone else's. Even though there probably is life after death, after your own death. But I just want you to know that as hard as it is, you will get through it. You will get through it. It's not going to, it's not gonna take you out. It's not. It may break you a little bit. You might bend a little bit, but you're gonna be fine. You just have to be determined to be fine. You have to want to be fine. And if you want to be fine, then you will see that each day, you will begin to cherish the memories of those that you've loved, that you've lost. You'll begin to realize what your place in this world is, because like I said, when someone passes away, you consider life just a little bit differently. You think about life and you decide that you either want to live it or not. And I am here to encourage you to live it, because you're a special occasion. And we need to see you celebrate yourself, and we need to see how you're going to celebrate other people. So it's so important. That is so important. I just want you all to know that you are important. You are important. Your life is important. The air that you breathe is important, and the space that you occupy is important. You are a special occasion, and I celebrate you. And I'm so glad to have been here with you on tonight. So you're nothing less than a special occasion. And I'm grateful to celebrate you. I am definitely grateful to celebrate you. I don't have to know you to love you, but I do so very much. You are important, and everything that you do is important, because it all brings you to an expected end, to an expected place. And it brings you to a place where you can be proud of what you've accomplished. And even if it doesn't seem like much to others, who cares? It's about what you've accomplished for yourself. And if it doesn't work out the way that you want it to work out, just keep going. Find another way. There's always another way to get where you're going. There's another route, even on a one-way street. When I went to Mexico, if you're driving too slow, they go around you on one-way roads. They do it. So there's a way. But I just want you to be encouraged and know that you can live, and you will live. And I want to see you live. Just please don't give up. Don't give up. You're a special occasion. I will be back same time, same station next week, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, to encourage you and to talk to you about being a special occasion, living as a special occasion, and discovering everything it is that is amazing about yourself that needs to be brought to the forefront and celebrated. I thank you so much for joining me tonight. And until next time, be blessed and keep it moving forward. Mwah! You are a special occasion. Have a good night.